I never thought I'd be the kind of woman who would cheat on her husband. I was always faithful, loving, and devoted to Jake. We had our perfect little life in a small town, but when Jake's job moved us to the big city, everything changed. Little did I know that my heart was about to embark on a dangerous journey filled with passion, betrayal, and secrets. It started innocently enough. Jake's demanding work schedule left me alone most nights. I tried to fill my time by making new friends and exploring the city. It was during one of these social gatherings that I met Daniel. He was charming, charismatic, and dangerously attractive. Our friendship blossomed quickly, and soon he became the person I confided in the most. Daniel's attention thrilled me. Every time we talked, every glance we shared, it felt like a spark ignited within me. I couldn't deny the chemistry between us. Yet, despite these intense feelings, I still loved Jake deeply. Or at least, that's what I told myself. One evening, Daniel invited me for coffee. We ended up walking through the city park, talking about our lives, dreams, and fears. As the sun set, we found ourselves sitting on a secluded bench. The air was thick with tension, and I could feel Daniel's eyes on me. His gaze made my skin tingle with anticipation. "Emma," he said softly, taking my hand in his. "You deserve so much more than you're getting." His touch sent shivers down my spine. For a moment, I forgot about Jake and let myself get lost in the moment. Daniel leaned closer, his lips inches from mine. My heart raced as I realized what was about to happen. But just as our lips were about to meet, reality hit me like a slap in the face. "I can't do this," I whispered, pulling away. "I love Jake." Daniel looked disappointed but nodded. "I understand. But remember, Emma, you have choices." That night, I couldn't sleep. Thoughts of Daniel swirled in my head, mixing with memories of Jake. I loved Jake, but Daniel awakened something in me that I hadn't known existed. Passion. Desire. A hunger that Jake no longer seemed to satisfy. Determined to fix things with Jake, I planned a romantic dinner for us. Over candlelight and soft music, I poured my heart out to him. "Jake, I miss you. I miss us. Can we spend more time together?" Jake listened intently, his eyes filled with remorse. "I'm sorry, Emma. I've been neglecting you. Let's make a fresh start." For a while, things improved. Jake made an effort to spend more time with me, and our relationship seemed stronger than ever. But Daniel was never far from my thoughts. One day, I received a text from him. "I miss you, Emma. Can we talk?" My heart skipped a beat. Should I respond? Was it worth risking everything I had with Jake? In the end, curiosity got the better of me, and I agreed to meet him at a quiet cafe. When I saw Daniel again, all my resolve melted away. He looked even more handsome than I remembered, and the way he smiled at me made my knees weak. We sat down, and the conversation flowed effortlessly, as if no time had passed. Before I knew it, Daniel reached across the table and took my hand. His touch was electric, sending waves of desire through me. "Emma, I can't stop thinking about you. You're the only one who truly understands me." His words stirred something deep inside me. I wanted to believe him, to give in to the temptation. But I also loved Jake. The conflict raged within me, tearing me apart. Suddenly, Daniel stood up and walked around the table. He pulled me into his arms, and before I could protest, his lips were on mine. The kiss was passionate and overwhelming, igniting a fire within me that I hadn't felt in years. I kissed him back, losing myself in the moment. When we finally pulled apart, I was breathless and confused. "We shouldn't have done that," I whispered, trying to regain my composure. Daniel held me close, his voice husky with desire. "But we did, Emma. And it felt right, didn't it?" I couldn't deny the truth. It had felt right, exhilarating even. but I also knew it was wrong. With a heavy heart, I left the cafe, promising myself it would never happen again. Back home, I tried to act normal, but Jake noticed something was off. "Emma, is everything okay?" he asked, concern etched on his face. I lied, telling him I was just tired from work. But the guilt gnawed at me, eating away at my conscience. Days turned into weeks, and I managed to avoid Daniel, focusing on rebuilding my marriage with Jake. However, fate had other plans. One evening, Jake had to work late, and I found myself alone at home. My phone buzzed with a message from Daniel. "Can't stop thinking about you. Meet me tonight?" My heart raced as I read the message. Part of me wanted to say no, to stay loyal to Jake. But another part, a darker, more passionate part, longed for Daniel's touch. Unable to resist, I replied, "Where?" We met at a secluded spot by the river. The moonlight cast a silvery glow over the water, creating an intimate atmosphere. Daniel approached me, his eyes burning with desire. Without a word, he pulled me into his arms and kissed me passionately. This time, there was no hesitation. I gave in completely, letting my desires take over. Daniel's hands roamed over my body, sending waves of pleasure through me. We lost ourselves in each other, consumed by the intensity of our passion. Afterward, lying in Daniel's arms, I felt both elated and guilty. "What are we doing?" I whispered, knowing the answer but needing to hear it. Daniel stroked my hair, his voice soothing. "Whatever we want, Emma. Don't think about the consequences." But the consequences were inevitable. Soon after, Jake began to suspect something was wrong. He questioned me relentlessly, and I struggled to keep my secret hidden. Finally, unable to bear the weight of my lies, I confessed everything to Jake. He was devastated, but surprisingly, he forgave me. "I love you, Emma. We can work through this together," he said, holding me close. With Jake's forgiveness, I promised to end things with Daniel once and for all. I sent him a final message, saying, "It's over. I choose Jake." Daniel responded with a simple, "I'll always love you." But I knew it was the right decision. I focused on repairing my marriage, spending more time with Jake and reigniting the passion we once shared. Months passed, and our relationship grew stronger. We rediscovered the love and intimacy that had brought us together in the first place. Yet, there were moments when I couldn't help but think of Daniel, wondering what might have been. One rainy afternoon, I received another message from Daniel. "Please, Emma, let's talk one last time." This time, I ignored the message, knowing it was best for me and Jake. I had made my choice, and I was determined to stick with it. As the days turned into weeks, Jake and I continued to nurture our relationship. We shared intimate moments filled with passion and tenderness, rekindling the fire of our love. I felt a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, knowing I had made the right choice. In the end, I learned valuable lessons about love, loyalty, and the importance of communication. Jake and I emerged from our trials with a deeper understanding and appreciation for each other. Our love story, marked by challenges and growth, became a testament to the enduring power of true love. Yet, the memory of Daniel lingered, a bittersweet reminder of the passion and desire that had almost destroyed everything. I often wondered if I would ever see him again, but I knew deep down that my future lay with Jake. Together, we faced whatever came our way, united by love and strengthened by the trials we had overcome. And so, my story of deception, passion, and redemption came full circle. I had chosen love over lust, loyalty over betrayal. And in doing so, I found peace, happiness, and a love that would last a lifetime.